Hi there, I'm Michelle.
I'm Jim, and we are
Fatigue of Your Own. Welcome to another Motivational Monday.
Let's get motivated.
Woohoo! It's a beautiful day.
It is. It's still a little sticky.
That's changing.
Yeah.
That's changing. It's September, and it's
is.
about to get cooler.
Yes, thank goodness.
Yes.
Had about enough of this summertime 90-degree stuff. I think this has been the hottest summer as far as the number of 90-degree plus days that we've had in this area since we've been here.
Since we've been here,
been
yes.
20 years.
Yeah.
This one was hot. And it's has me rethinking that living down south thing. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
It's not as hot as it was in 1988.
1988, there were 38 days, 90 degrees or above in the Pittsburgh area, and that is the record. And that's why it's easy to remember. 88, 38, and so we didn't get to that. I think we got to 23, maybe 24.
Maybe more.
Yeah. No, we're right around that ballpark, 23 or 24. So we were.
It's up there.
But it's up there. There's a lot. There's a lot. And even when it wasn't 90 degrees or higher, it was still in the high 80s a lot of days too. And so we've dealt with a lot of heat. It's been a hot summer.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. So last week, you and I recorded a podcast.
We did.
With Drew Sutton.
Yep.
And one of the things that we were talking with Drew about was Drew's a leadership coach. Great guy. He's part of the Maxwell Leadership Certified Team.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Wonderful guy. He worked in industry for years, and now he's out and he's coaching, and he focuses on leadership. Wonderful guy. One of the things that we were talking to him about was who needs a coach.
Yes.
And he was saying, basically there's three groups of people out there. You have this one group who they are starting something new and they realize, ooh, I need help. And so they're like, let me find somebody who can help me. And they'll go hire somebody, find somebody
hire a coach
to help them. At the other end of the spectrum, you have people like what he was talking about, like Olympians that have a whole bench full of
team of coaches. Yeah.
But you also have professional athletes. You have executives who are out there who are just like, I need a coach.
Yeah.
Because for me to have that competitive edge, I need a coach.
Right. I'll think of a football team, NFL team. We're getting ready to start. We are in college.
Yep.
Football. We're getting ready to start NFL football next week. And, you think about it, you got the head coach, and everybody usually knows who the head coach is, but then they've got a defensive coordinator and an offensive coordinator, and then a whole bunch of coaches under them. So you've got this team of coaches that work with these players and, to help them improve and become the best that they can possibly be.
And help them in very specialized areas.
Yes. Okay. Because you'll have a quarterbacks coach, you got a linebackers coach, you've got a defensive backs coach, got a running back coach, you got offensive line coach, so on and so forth.
And the same with every sport.
Yeah,
baseball,
sport.
You're going to have one that works with pitchers, one that works with batters, one that you just
you've got coaches who specialize in certain things.
Yeah. And so you've got these two ends of the spectrum. In the middle, though, is where most people are. And in the middle, most of those people think, I don't need a coach.
I don't need a coach. I can do it.
I can
figure it out.
Yeah. And so I thought, maybe we talk about these people. Because the reality is, and Bill Gates said it, it doesn't matter whether you're a basketball player, tennis player, bridge player, you need a coach.
Yeah.
You need some help there. And the group in the middle who thinks they don't need a coach, some of them may be right. And the reason why I say that is because if you're getting ready to retire, if you've decided, you know what, I'm done,
I'm perfectly happy where I am. Yeah.
I'm finished with my career. I'm not doing anything else. I'm getting out while the getting is good. Those people, more than likely, they do not need a coach. They're incorrect. But then you still have this huge group of people who think they don't need a coach, and yet they're still out there and thinking that they can do it on their own.
Right.
Which, okay, if you think you can do it on your own, why haven't you? Is my first question. Why haven't you done it yet? But the other question is, who is helping you make those slight adjustments here and there? Because that's what the top flight athletes are looking for.
Right.
They're not looking for wholesale changes. They're not looking for, an instruction manual from A to Z. They're looking for slight adjustments here and there.
Right.
And that's what most people need.
Yeah.
Or they need somebody to hold them accountable.
Right.
Because most people won't hold themselves accountable. Am I right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah, I was thinking of an area where I decided I needed specific coaching. Probably need even more specific coaching, but took a lot of coaching, and that was with Toastmasters with speech contests. I try to get a lot of input when I'm going through the speech contests, and I've been relatively successful.
Yeah.
But I haven't hit the point that I wanted.
Yeah.
And at this point, with the next time that I compete, I am thinking that I may go to somebody specific to be able to craft and deliver a speech that can get me to that point that I want to achieve. And that's what you find is the people who are able to, particularly make it into the world championships. They all have coaches.
Yeah.
Sometimes, some of them multiple coaches. Because most of those coaches are people who've been there and done that. It's people who have either won the world championship public speaking, or they have finished very high in the finals, and that's almost how they make a living now, coaching people.
And the thing is, you'll have them go over your speech, and they'll have you tweak things.
Yes.
Here and there.
But they'll also look at your delivery.
Yes.
Because that's a big part of it.
And there are people who just specialize in the delivery part.
Right. Because crafting a good speech, well, it is difficult. It takes time. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of input, feedback, adjustments, which is what you're going to find when you're working with a coach. But then it also takes you taking that input and making those necessary adjustments. And so the crafting of the speech itself is one thing, but then the delivery is another. And I can't think of the number of times I've seen somebody that they had a pretty good speech, but their delivery was atrocious. And you can't win doing that. The delivery has to be there as well. I've also seen people that had a very good delivery style. Their speech was terrible. And that doesn't work either. So you got the two components there, and that's why you really need people who specialize. Somebody to help. And I've got a good team that has helped me. They're very good with crafting the speeches. The delivery is a different story, and I think that's probably where I have had the most trouble is in the delivery. It seems like for me, once I get to the highest level that I've been to, the delivery suffers a little bit. And I think that may be part of it.
Yeah.
So that's partly because of more nervous. You get to that level and there can only be one winner. It's a little bit different when you're at the other levels and you can have first and second place advance. Yeah. There's not as much pressure.
Sometimes it depends.
It depends. Well, no, at the club level, at the club level, yes, only one can go forward. But then at area and division.
In our district.
Yeah, in our district, area and division, 2 people can go forward. Well, when you got 2 out of only 5 or 6, again, the pressure is not as high. Whereas when you get to the district level, it's Highlander. There can only be one.
Yep.
And so the pressure is on. And I think sometimes, my delivery isn't what it should be, could be. Even though I thought the last one I did was pretty good, but judges saw something else, so they're the ones who have the final say. And it's also figuring out how to do things in a way that you can do what the judges are looking for.
Yeah.
And that's also part of it. And that takes coaching. It takes
does.
coaching. And it's like somebody said, one of the people who's on the team that helps coach me. I said, it's great you guys are willing to coach me like this. And he said, well, it's because you are coachable.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole thing is, when they would give me feedback, I would use it. I would use it. Either that or explain why maybe, I didn't think that was, the right thing. But then most of the time they win. I do it anyway. Just because experience counts.
It does. The other thing is when it comes to coaching, you need to make sure that you find the right people.
Yes.
Because there are people out there, like I said, there's a lot of people out there who don't have coaches, don't think they need a coach. But once they realize, oh, maybe I do,
mm-hmm.
Then it's a matter of finding the right person.
Right.
Because not everybody can help you get what it is that you're looking for.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, and that's the reason why there's tons of coaches out there. It's just a matter of finding somebody who's a good fit for you.
Right, because if you get a situation where the coach isn't a good fit, and think about the number of times we've seen that in sports.
Yeah.
So I know what's his name, Matt Rule. He's now the head coach at Nebraska, but he had coached at it was Baylor, and I forget one other school, and he was very successful, and then like a lot of college coaches will do, decided, I think I want to take the leap up and try the pros. And they realize most of the time that is a lousy fit. Now that's about to change just because the nature of college football has changed.
Who was it who just did it from Michigan?
Jim Harbaugh. Yeah. Yes, but in this modern era of college football, with all of the money now that's flowing and that the players can get, they're basically professional football players. So I don't think it's going to be quite as dramatic of a difference as it has been in the past.
Yeah.
But even the mighty Nick Saban tried his hand.
He did. He tried.
Yeah, Matt Rule, he went and coached at my Carolina Panthers. Yeah, go ahead, you can laugh. Team is terrible.
Yeah, they are.
But I've been with them since the beginning. So he tried his hand at coaching at Carolina, and he figured out that, number one, professional players are very different than college players.
Yes, they are.
And the way they respond to coaches is very different. They did not respond well to his style. He took his college approach and tried to apply it in the pros, and it just didn't work. It did not work. There are lots of reports of players just going, I'm not playing for this guy, even though they're on the team. They weren't playing for him. But even the mighty Nick Saban, he tried it and it did not work out. It was not a fit.
Yeah.
He was much better in the college game. But even with that, he retired not long ago, and part of that was because he realized that even the college game has changed so much that his coaching style probably doesn't fit in the modern era. Yeah. So kind of watching that actually in real time with my alma mater, Clemson University, and Dabo Swinney, he doesn't seem to be adapting to the changes that are happening in college football. And they just got slaughtered by Georgia.
It'll be interesting.
Well, not a good game. It was actually a very boring game. I hate what I see happening with the Clemson team.
Yeah. But there are lots of coaches out there. And so if you're looking for a coach, take a look at the people. What you want to do when you're trying to find the right coach for you is you want somebody who has experience coaching other people in the area that you need help in, because there's tons of areas that people need help.
Oh yeah.
There are some people who need help with their career.
Yeah.
And they look for a career coach. There are other people. When I worked with Harry Grace, she needed help just focusing on one area. She is somebody who much like you, the squirrels just run around.
Yeah.
Very creative person, excellent speaker. She has a hard time though when trying to stay focused on one project for a long period of time. And it took a little while because she was in the process of writing several different books, and I'm just like, no, we need to focus on one.
Yeah, just write one at a time.
And that's exactly what she did.
Yeah.
So sometimes that's what you need. You need somebody who can help you, focus in on one area or in one part of your life that you need help with. Sometimes you just need somebody to hold you accountable. There's a lot of people out there that are just like, I can do that myself. Okay. Are you going to hold yourself accountable? And most of the time, the answer is no.
Well, and sometimes even if you can do it yourself, hiring a coach can help you do it faster.
Yeah.
And speed is a good thing.
Speed is a good thing.
Yeah.
The faster you get there, the faster you're going to get the results that you want.
Right.
And usually that's why you're hiring a coach, is because you want results. You want results, and you wanted them, a week ago.
Yeah.
You don't want to wait. And coaches can help you get there. What if they're looking for a coach?
Well, they could contact us.
They could contact us. And how could they contact us?
Well, you can call us on the phone and talk to us. Actual words and conversation. We'll do that. We're weird that way. Our phone number is 412-420-7975. If you don't want to have an actual conversation,
you can text us.
Yeah, we'll text you back. No problem. You can also contact us by email, info@aleagueofyourown.com.
Yep.
You can go to our website, aleagueofyourown.com. Clever. How we did that.
That
is.
That's
really cool. You can also get us on our social media. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and we have a YouTube channel where you'll find all of these wonderful videos. And you go peruse them anytime that you like and watch as many as you want.
Yep.
And when you do go to all of these places, make sure you like or subscribe.
Yep. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
All right. So go out there, find your coach. Let us know what you need help with. If we can't do it, because it's in an area that we can't help you with, chances are we know somebody who can. So let us know how we can help you best, and we'll hook you up.
Yeah.
Sound like a plan?
Sounds like a great plan.
All right, everybody. We will see you next week. Have a good one.